Good.
Where you say you're from?
I'm from New York.
New York, cheese.
Yeah, man. I was actually in London probably like 5 years ago. Like that was the last time I was
Oh,
ever like touched the UK. But it's dope. I have to say I like it a lot. Like everyone is pretty like I feel like if I'm gonna like put a net on the whole UK scene, I think everyone's just awesome. And it's like New York to me.
Yeah,
So pretty sick.
yeah.
that's dope.
Do you know what it is? It's London is nice when it wants to be nice. No man will agree, but there's certain times like when it rains for a whole 2 weeks, bro, and you're just sat up. You come up from work and you're just going straight home and it's just raining and that, bro. It's like, but yeah, man, can't complain, innit? Do you know what I mean? Because we're in the sad of time right now where everyone's just stuck at home, innit? And if you go outside, you got to come back home straight.
That's true.
Right, man.
Like it's snowing right now too. So like in New York, it's been summer for the couple of days.
It's been sunny.
No, this is it's like it's slightly sunny. Like this is all natural light from my apartment.
Bro.
So
What time is it in New York at the moment?
It's
Like
2:30.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
Bro, that sounds mad. That sounds mad. 2:00, bro. This is like 8. We're bordering to 8 now, isn't it?
Yeah, 7:30.
7:30. Shit. Okay.
Crazy. Absolutely
Strange,
crazy.
man. Where do we start, man? Episode 53? 53, right?
Yeah, 53.
53. Fam, we're crawling all the way to 100 now. Road to 100 Mania. Episode 53 of the WrESTHINGS podcast. I'm joined by my brothers Guap and Sam Blacks, aka Underdone, and I've also got a special guest in the building. But I'm gonna let him to introduce himself. But I'll let the Mandem take it away first. You know what time it is, bro.
Now say Guap, please say daddy. Guap!
Daddy.
Guap!
Daddy.
It's the strong star rating, leg drop hating, big back rubbing, cause Jericho loving, son of a gun. It's your boy Doughboy, aka Swoldy Lee, aka Pro Guap Tees, aka Cargill Maniac, aka your Black Velvet to your Red Velvet, aka
The
One
Chris
Hulk
Jericho.
Hogan.
Is it the Chris Jericho one yet, bro?
I said the Chris Jericho what?
Oh,
Which
shit,
one?
shit. Look at me.
I said the Chris Jericho one, fam.
Sure,
Yeah, man, it's your boy Doughboy. We live.
Yeah. Mr. Blacks.
Right, it's your boy Sam Blacks, Mr. Controversial, Underdone. Yeah, Underdone. When I mean Underdone, I mean the Undertaker and Underdone because I idolize those wrestlers.
Yeah.
This is our top 5, dead or alive, big men, controversial fouls out now. Yeah, love it.
Done no. And yeah, you know what time it is, man. It's the Foolish Professional, aka Nafi. The guy that has been rooting for Virgil since the age of 5, and now rooting for people like John Moxley, Kenny Omega, Seth Rollins, the Roman Reigns, and that. And yeah, man, you're watching this until episode 53 of the WrESTLING podcast, bro. When you come on this podcast, bro, you gotta cut a serious promo. Have you got it in you, bro?
Been a long time. Actually, I had some experience at one point, but it's been ages.
Okay.
All right. So, damn. All right. So honestly, I didn't even do an introduction.
Okay.
So let me introduce myself, guys. I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread. I'm often imitated, but never duplicated. I'm the greatest thing to ever step in the ring. I am the modern myth of professional wrestling, James Govaya.
Hey, I like that. I like that. I think that has to be, obviously, it has to be up there, one of the coldest intros we've had on our show. Obviously, you got NK, you got Kinetic, but yeah, I can't lie, you're up there, bro. You're up there.
I appreciate it, guys.
And you also run a dope platform called No Contest Wrestling.
Yeah, no. So my name is actually Sage. James Govaya was actually my old gimmick a long time ago when I used to train, be a manager and everything. But yeah, I do run No Contest, right, with my partner, and we just try to give exposure to like the whole wrestling scene. Like I mentioned to you guys earlier, I do love the UK scene. It doesn't get enough love, in my opinion, and like just to kind of mix it up with, you get your mainstream guys from like the WWE, TNA, like era, Impact Wrestling right now, and AEW, mix it up with some other guys that a lot of people don't know about. Like I think is the recipe for success, and that's what we do at No Contest, pretty much.
That's big, man. That's big. I had a look at your page as well. I think like they've got some sick content, man. I like your logo, everything about it, man. And you got a big following as well, man.
Yeah, it's been growing. Like it's crazy because like the biggest issue I had in the beginning was like putting out a lot of content, and I felt like by putting out so much content, there's going to be a point where I'm compromising quality. And I was like, all right, I can't be compromising quality. I need to really like, I have a match right behind me right now that I've been like watching. I watched and I was like, all right, let me see how I can like really push this and put the promotion out there and like encourage people to actually check out their YouTube page, you know, like for me, it's all like community building, and like even the wrestling like promotions have like actually shared, encourage people to check out the page, and it's been great for us.
Oh, sick, man, sick, bro.
You mentioned the UK scene earlier. Who are some like your favorite UK wrestlers?
All right, I don't have a favorite anything in life.
Yeah,
you're gonna hate me, but the thing is, like, I do like that. It's just very diverse in terms of style, right? Like a lot of like you guys have Walter, like that's a gem right there. Like he's a big guy, he's old school, he's more like, you know, one of those guys you just see that's just knocking people out, which is great. Like in comparison to over here, it's a lot of high flying. You know, you do have some like you actually have a couple of guys that went to New Japan, which is great. That like are actually like now locals in New Japan. Like I like Zack Sabre Jr. Like I thought that guy's a beast. You know, Ospreay is great. That's more like the more popular guys. In terms of guys not that popular, I would say, damn, half of NXT UK is everyone. But yeah, no, I do like Pete Dunne and all that stuff, even though I just said not popular, but it's just so hard. Like you guys really have a great scene, very like interesting guys, like that's just stand out to me, you know? And it's hard to like kind of like you can't replicate any of the things you guys do. Like you guys have a lot of cinematic stuff, like Riptide in terms of the visuals, amazing. Blows it, changes up the game a lot, you know, and you can just tell from a production standpoint all the love they put into it. So it's hard, man. It's hard saying what's my favorite.
Absolutely.
Big shout to Riptide.
I'm yet to go to a Riptide show, but go up above. Like obviously you went to a show, didn't you? How'd you find it?
Oh, Riptide was sick. Like I said to you, when we was good, because there was a period where I think maybe like every month we were going to different wrestling shows, and I think maybe out of the 4 or 5 we had been to during that period, Riptide was definitely the best show that I'd been to so far. Out of those 5, and we'd been to Progress, we'd been to Rev Pro,
Rev Pro,
we'd been to Iron Fist.
You got WWE as well.
Yeah, went WWE as well. Riptide was star-studded. We had the likes of Sue Young, Darius Lockhart. You had the Rascals, Ty Valkyrie. There was so many different wrestlers there, and it was just like I think it was the Brighton tournament that they had at that period. So yeah, it was star-studded. It was just an amazing event. It was a shame that I went by myself because everyone couldn't come, but nevertheless, definitely one of the best experiences I've had in terms of like going to a live wrestling show. Yeah,
I definitely can't wait for live wrestling shows to come back.
I can't wait.
I know a lot of the Mandem have been saying, bro, when lockdown finishes, we're going to a live show. But we don't know when, man. We don't know when. So, Sage, talk me to the first time. Obviously, we'll get to like the current states of wrestling, but how you actually got into wrestling? I know you're from was you born and raised in New York, right?
I'm a Queens native from New York, so I've been here. I bleed New York. You know, I love it.
So you must have seen like all like how old are you, if you don't mind me asking, bro?
I'm 30. I just turned 30.
Okay, you're basically the same age as like us, basically, innit?
As you,
me, innit? As me,
not me and blacks.
As me, basically. So like, I know a lot because I don't know every person from New York I speak to. For example, one of my boss I used to work with, he grew up in New York as well, and he always talks about ECW being one of like the biggest wrestling promotions. Not biggest, like one of the most, like, you know, New York people love ECWs. Are you one of them guys that love ECW?
I would say like I do like ECW. I didn't get enough of it, you know. Like I really didn't consume wrestling until a later point in my life. So like when I consumed all of wrestling, it was just like everything like WCW, ECW kind of phased off. Like I watched it as a kid, but I didn't really comprehend it and understand it from like a storytelling aspect. So like ECW, like I watch it now, I'm just like, man, Pillman, crazy. Like I love these promos he cut and all that stuff. And I just love that they were like really pushing the boundaries, you know, in terms of like legal wise with the music and all that. ECW in terms of like people in New York, I can definitely like say I like the product. I wish I got the chance to experience it. there was a point where I was like training to wrestle and all that stuff. So like my experience like changed because like the wrestling boom really occurred after I left wrestling, and I was like, whoa, like this is amazing, which was like 2015. That's when wrestling started like really skyrocketing. Like all the talent like you see now, it's like I remember when they were starting off, and I was like, wow, man, this is crazy. Like now they're really like AEW. Some of the guys I know, like I've like I would say associates of mine were like now they're in AEW and all that stuff. So, you know, just like my experience in terms of wrestling is very different. Like in terms of why I liked it and like how I got into it, like what I wanted to do for wrestling as a whole.
That's not. So you just said a few of your associates at AEW, right?
Yeah.
Could you name a few? So,
I've met Ortiz and
shit.
Montana. So like those are guys like those are New York guys, right? I've come across them. Those guys were talented from the very start, you know. Like I really do.
Impact. First one was Impact, yeah.
Yeah, like, and the thing is, like, I do have to say that I applaud them for the community aspect of like they built amongst each other. Like that's really like respectful in my end because they've all like really push each other, you know, and the fact that they all push each other and created like a family like Homicide, and you know, like the whole LAX thing, like it was great guys that look out for each other on a bigger platform, and you know, and seeing them succeed, I was like. That was the main interest of mine watching Impact. You know, I was like, I know these guys. I had a personal investment because I've seen these guys, you know, start and then keep growing. Like when they were doing Beyond Wrestling, all that stuff.
Sick, man. Sick.
Makes a lot of sense.
Sick, man. Yeah. Sick. So, what was you gonna say, bro?
No, I said it's definitely awesome. It's like, just the experience of seeing it and just now kind of getting back to it. It's like it's cool because. Like for me, I walked away from wrestling, and now I'm just like, hey, if I can give them a platform and get everyone to really like look at all these wrestlers, that'll be awesome at the end of the day.
Yeah, definitely, man. Big respect for that, man.
Facts, man. Oh, you gonna say something?
I was gonna say that's dope. That's proper dope.
So obviously, as you know, I feel like the biggest. I was back to present wrestling now. The biggest thing that happened last week was a Royal Rumble, right? And I feel like the majority of the podcast is now going to be dedicated to the Royal Rumble. I feel like the Royal Rumble that just passed was sweet for some, but sour for some. Personally, it was sweet seeing Bianca win, but the ending of Royal Rumble was very sour for me. I'll explain the reason why, but chat to me. Did you watch it? Did everyone else watch it? Anyone else got something to say about the Royal Rumble?
Yeah. Go on, Sage.
Yeah, that's what clips. I can't consume too much wrestling or my brain's going to explode.
Should we run through the card?
Yeah, run through the card.
Let's go, Blacks.
Yeah, let's run through it. Why not?
So where's the match? So the first match we had was on the pre-show. It was Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler versus Asuka and Charlotte for the women's tag team championship. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler won. How did everyone feel about that?
Although that I wanted Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax to basically go and do a solo run, I enjoy that match, and I'm happy that they both won the titles. They look more dominant than ever. They're two-time winners now, so I feel like they're just trying to get their accolades up. Then hopefully they can go and do their own solo run. But I thought it was a good match. I enjoyed that.
For me personally, I never really kind of understood why Asuka and Charlotte were the tag team champions. It was just like a random one for me. Felt like WWE were a bit desperate, but that's all. It's good. It's all good. For me, that match was it was good. I enjoyed it. Only thing that just keeps on annoying me is Ric Flair doing all this and then Lacey Evans coming. All that just becomes a bit annoying. But like besides that, no, it was a good match. Big up Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. You lot are going to be very dominant champions in the near future.
It was very predictable, Ric Flair coming out with Lacey Evans as well, man.
Lacey, you know what's going to happen, innit?
Yeah. So.
Yeah, you guys more or less echoed the same sentiments. Like, it was a decent match. I didn't really care for it. Like, I didn't care who would have won because at the end of the day, we all know that Charlotte being inserted into the tag team division was just as a way to just for her to return. They were going to end up losing it one way or the other. Exactly. Like we said previously, them losing might be a way for them to now get Asuka versus Charlotte, but obviously she's got Lacey Evans that she has to worry about. So who really knows? But
That'll be wrapped up across Fastlane, bro. That's gonna be wrapped
Yeah.
up after Fastlane is done.
Yeah, I didn't really care about the match. Like, it was a good match, but
Sorry to just skip ahead. So
Yeah.
after the Royal Rumble, what pay-per-view is it? Elimination
Fastlane.
Chamber. Then
No, Fastlane, then Elimination Chamber.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
so the next match we had was Drew McIntyre versus Goldberg for the WWE Championship. Drew McIntyre won. How did you guys feel about that?
Pointless. I'm being dead honest.
Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, Drew McIntyre is basically. I feel like they're putting Drew McIntyre through this obstacle. I can't even pronounce the word. Obstacle course, yeah. And he's managed to get through it, but they keep throwing these random opponents in, bro. I feel like the biggest opponent he's had that made sense was a Randy Orton one. There was a nice story to it. We liked where he went, and but I feel like the Goldberg thing didn't make sense. Goldberg nearly collapsed when he left the ring. Did you not see that? Did you not see that? Drew was shocked. Drew was worried, bro. Drew was looking at the ring.
He was tired. He was very tired. Yeah, he was very tired.
Man was tired from a 10-minute match.
Fam, I don't blame him though. It's like, bro, if they put me in a pitch right now, if I was just gonna play for right now, yeah, bro, within 2 minutes I say, yo, sub me off. Yo,
you know what? Yeah, I'll be honest with you. The match was a bit of a jar. It's just Goldberg trying to break everything and then wins, but he broke everything and lost. So I was thankful for that.
Credit to him for lasting 10 minutes though.
Actually, I just realised the actual match was 2 minutes and 32 seconds.
What? You just said 10 minutes, bro.
No,
the match was 2 minutes.
The match was 2 minutes and 32 seconds.
Why did that feel longer than 2 minutes?
Remember the match actually. The match didn't actually start, did it? I don't think the bell had rang at some point.
No, that was for the Royal Rumble. The bell didn't ring. Do you remember? Edge ran out. The bell rang. Like, they both
The
went
match
in
was
the
2
ring.
minutes.
2 minutes.
The match was 2 minutes. Wait, why did that match feel so long?
Bro. No, do you know what I felt
that long, but
there was bare pauses. That's why. There was a lot of like running to the corner to actually do the spear and reversing it. There's a lot of reversals. It wasn't like, because the Goldberg and Brock Lesnar match, right? When they had their match, the match seemed very quick because there's a lot of like, there were 5 finishers stored, and he used all these finishers. Do you know what I mean? On this one, he kind of like,
here comes the pain.
do you know what I mean? He kind of stole these finishers a bit and used it wisely. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. So did you watch the match?
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Did I watch it? Yeah, I watched it. Honestly, like I don't like with Drew. It sucks because he needs crowds. Like, he lives off that energy, and like now it's just like it's kind of like flatlining for me. So I'm not as excited. I need him to be like just like lay it on someone, be like, I'm tired of all this stuff. Like, you guys are not appreciating me as your champion. Let me just start laying people out and just making examples of everyone. Like, I need some aggression. Yeah. And I think that's what's missing from him, especially with Goldberg. Like Goldberg, Goldberg, since he came back, it hasn't been exciting, It's a little bit disappointing because, like, as a kid, I was like, yo, Goldberg's the coolest thing in the world. Now I'm just like, I want to see him.
I feel you, bro. I'll say it for you. It's like a grandpa just talking shit, really and truthfully. That's the honest truth. I feel like it's just an old man just saying what he can do, and he doesn't really work anymore. To be honest, sorry. The reason why I do hate Goldberg, just to tell Sage, is because he almost killed the Undertaker. Undertaker's my favorite wrestler, and ever since then, it's like I hate Goldberg. By the way, yeah. So sorry for that. Yeah.
Question: why was Goldberg wearing boxers?
Bro, do you know what it was? I think that's an Easter egg. It's an Easter egg. I'll tell you why it's an Easter egg. I feel like
you watched the What Culture video, innit?
No. Did they do one? Did they do a video?
Yeah, they done one on attires. Yeah, they done.
I didn't even
know.
I just guessed. Bro, do you know what I said? You know what I said on the stream?
Yeah, you said it in the live stream.
Yeah, bro. So I think Brock Lesnar. Okay, do you know what it is? Like, I don't want Brock Lesnar to come back, but I think that might be Easter egg that Brock Lesnar's gonna come back. Man was dressed exactly like Brock Lesnar. Bro, look at Brock Lesnar's pants and look at his pants. It's the same as that detail. Like, he had the logo on the left, logo on the right, logo on the back. That's Brock Lesnar. So are they trying to say that Brock Lesnar is the next opponent? And I feel like if he is, then that's sick. Like, they should keep it as that.
But Goldberg's one looks more like boxers. I wouldn't even lie. They look like something different.
They're too baggy, innit? That's why. Too baggy. That's why. But adding on to Sage's point, yeah, I feel like we need a heel Drew champion run as well.
Oh,
We need,
1,000%.
Yeah, 100%.
we need him going
I
around
was-
saying, like you said, I'm tired of this shit. You lot are giving me all these opponents. I've slumped everyone. I need to, you know what I mean? I need to make sure this is a legit run. I want to beat up the whole roster. You know what I mean? We need that
I'll
whole
be
thing.
real. Drew is the Scottish psychopath, was actually a psychopath.
Yeah.
I actually thought to myself, the guy's a bit tapped. He's a bit screw Louis in the
Yeah.
head, you know, the way he would go crazy, even to the way he would headbutt you. So, like, you know what I mean? In the
Yeah.
face. Now it's like, because you're clean, it's almost like a bit of a, it's not that much. I don't know.
Yeah.
For me, I don't feel that aggression like Sage.
Yeah, no, 100%. I feel like with Drew, like his face turn, it almost became as if he was like an underdog. And really and truly, I can't look at him as an underdog because my guy is 6'6", 200 and something pounds. He's one of the strongest, one of the biggest on the roster. You've beat Brock Lesnar, who is obviously the top of the food chain. So at this point, why do I have to root for you in the same way I'd root for someone like Drake Maverick against Brock Lesnar? It doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, when he first came when he came back to the main roster and he was teaming with Dolph Ziggler, and when he left Dolph Ziggler and he was a heel, for me that was like the perfect time. Like even though people didn't see him as ready, but I thought to myself like, you know what, Drew as a heel is amazing. If he was to win the WWE Championship right now, it would be so believable. Yeah, because even if Brock wasn't here, this is still a heel champion that we could invest in. We know he's going to come every week. He's going to come every pay-per-view. He's going to put on a hell of a show. So, yeah, I like Drew's run, but at the same time, it's starting to flatline. Like Sage said, like
it's for the kids, man. It's for the kids.
Fuck them kids,
I've already said it.
Fuck them kids, man.
Vince is only doing it now for the kids, man. Seriously,
bro.
that's all he's doing.
Shit changed when he started doing
business.
3, 2, 1, Claymore. That's when shit
Doing a
changed. Man.
countdown. When I saw that for the first time, I thought, what? What's he doing?
I didn't mind it the first time, but it's when he now started to make it an occurrence like every week until he won the WWE title. That's when it was like, okay, this is getting a bit cheap
Vince just put his hands on that, innit?
Yeah, no, facts, man. The next match we had was Sasha Banks versus Carmella with Reginald for the SmackDown Women's Championship, and Sasha retained.
It was like,
you know what? Yeah, the match was okay. I just feel like from that match, I just feel like Reginald has just got better potential. Like once he leaves Carmella, you know, I feel like he's gonna do big, man. Because when I've seen all the jumping around and acrobatics, and I was like, shit, you know, like facts. I didn't know he was that good. You know,
I think he was previously a Cirque du Soleil.
Oh really?
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gonna be doing all that circus stuff in the ring. He's gonna be doing backflips off the turnbuckles and stuff.
He's gonna be like Ricochet with personality.
Yeah. Hey, bro, your Ricochet agenda is mad, fam.
I love Ricochet, but fam, it's so boring, man. Fucking hell, man.
Ricochet.
Yeah, how do you guys feel about that match?
It was alright.
Yeah.
Sage?
It was a filler. It was a filler. Like,
yeah.
It's the cream cheese in between the bread. You know, it's you eat it, you consume it. It's not. There's not a flavor, but there's substance. You know.
Yeah.
The only thing I'd give credit to is that Sasha Banks Louis Vuitton attire.
Yeah, she went Congolese for the day. I like respect that.
That was trippy.
Yeah, I mean, Carmella's improved. I feel like there was a few botches during I don't know if you guys.
Oh, she nearly died. Carmella nearly broke her.
Oh yeah, Carmella. Yeah, when she done the suicide dive.
Carmella.
Yeah, she nearly when she done the suicide dive.
Yeah, that was dangerous, bro.
Yeah, reminded me of that. Remember when Lita done it to
Lita, that one.
Yes,
she folded herself. It's actually crazy. Like it was a decent match. I mean, what do you guys think will be next for Sasha at this point?
We're getting Sasha and Bianca Belair. I'm sure that unless Bianca Belair wants to get her own back and defeat Asuka again, because she lost to Asuka, right? Did she have a match with Asuka? No, not for the title, just a singles match.
Not that I remember.
Or was it Charlotte that she had? I think she had a match with Asuka.
Oh, was it when the Asuka and Bailey rivalry was going?
Yeah, it was a match on SmackDown. It was a new match on SmackDown, and she lost. Yeah. So I think she probably wants to try and beat her and just try and get the title for that. So.
Cool. So we can swiftly move on to, for me, I think everyone could agree the highlight of the night, the Women's Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
What about Kevin Owens and Roman?
That was after.
That was after.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, we had the Women's Royal Rumble with Bianca Belair winning. Mandem, talk to me. How do you
one of the best Women's Royal Rumble I've seen in my life.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I'm even capping, bro.
100%.
I'm even capping. I watched it back and I enjoyed it. It was sick. The surprise entrance was sick as well. Like I never thought I'd see Gillian Hall. Is it Gillian Hall?
Yeah, it's Gillian Hall.
Gillian Hall in the ring again.
Got her.
Victoria, bro. She turned up. Who else was there that turned up?
Alicia Fox.
Normally they give us Molly Holly and all, and what's it? Alonzo Blaze.
But Molly Holly's sick.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not. Like I like Molly Holly, but I'm saying every single. Have you not realized that every single women's like pay-per-view or match, Molly Holly turns up, or Alonzo Blaze turns up, or who else is there? Yeah, Michelle McCool always turns up, or someone I don't even know, bro.
Terry Wilson.
Terry Wilson came up.
I knew. Oh, come on, women. Yeah,
there, fam.
Yeah. No, it was yeah, I mean, it was for me, like you said, one of the better women Royal Rumbles that I've seen. Probably my favorite one so far. Outside of the winner, I think in general, like there was a lot of sick spots. One thing that did annoy me was when Bailey got eliminated, they had the camera on Tori Wilson getting eliminated. So
you couldn't see
how Finn got eliminated. So for me, I was kind of like,
I don't know what those vendetta is with Tori Wilson. What's going on?
Do you know what it is? It's like they need to chill the camera cuts, man.
Yeah, the camera cuts are too much, man.
I get that Tori Wilson's gonna get eliminated, but bro, focus on Bailey. That Bailey's an important star right now, fam. No offense to Tori Wilson,
yeah,
but
of course.
She's important. Right
Tori Wilson, the Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
No, all the offense to Tori Wilson. We don't care. We do not care.
You have an agenda with VRSYJNES, fam.
We of course, we didn't want to see. Like, I didn't care if Tori Wilson got eliminated because she was going to lose anyways. But a lot of people had their money on Bailey to win. So for Bailey to get eliminated and for none of us to see it, when you saw the replay, it was kind of like, oh shit. And it was Bianca Belair that eliminated her. So it was kind of like, this is a bit BS. It was good to see Gillian Hall back. Besides her Royal Rumble return, I don't really care for her. Like, I don't want to see her on Raw or SmackDown. Victoria's one of my favorite women wrestlers ever. But it was clear to see that she hadn't wrestled in like 5 years. There was a few botches she had. I mean, hopefully it will put a battery in her back to kind of like get back into training, because I mean, by the looks of it, it looks like she still kind of has it. So I think outside of Bianca Belair winning, Rhea Ripley,
she showed up,
killed it.
She showed
absolutely killed it.
Even when Alexa Bliss was gonna bust her black magic juju, she locked it off quickly. She know what time it was when the lights started to. Fam, she threw her out quickly, bro.
For real.
That was hilarious.
Did you guys see online? Oh, sorry, bro. Go on.
No, go on. No,
I was gonna say, did you guys see online that there was a bit of controversy with Naomi, the way she saved herself in the Royal Rumble, and then there was also people saying that Bianca Belair had 2 feet
on the floor.
I watched it back, bro. Do you know what it was? Because of the way someone paused it looked like both her feet on the ground. They weren't on the ground.
I think only one of her feet touched the ground.
Yeah. But fam, when I watched it, none of it looks like she was swinging. So it looked like she was like, it wasn't on the ground, bro.
Yeah.
But it's just even when conspiracies, fam.
There's a lot of tricks. Even when I think it was Brian Alvarez. Brian Alvarez was complaining about the spot that Naomi done where she fell, but she landed on her back and her 2 feet were in the air. And it was like, that was a dumb spot. But in reality, for me, the way I look at it is like, why has wrestlers not been doing that for years? Because majority of the time, if you actually watch wrestling, their 2 feet actually don't touch the floor. Yeah. It's just they land on their back. Yeah. So she just used common sense. And I feel like even if this were a Rumble, a lot of reality was kind of like brought into it. So example of like the Bianca, Alexa Bliss and Rhea Ripley. No, she didn't wait for the lights to turn off for her to change it.
She
into
beat her up. Yeah.
She just threw out the ring and said, "You know what? Fuck this shit. I'm not dealing with this."
Exactly.
It was for me. It was probably one of my favorite Rumbles. What about you, Sage?
How did you find that? Like, I remember when I first saw like the concept of the Women's Royal Rumble, I was like, oh man, this is just a filler. Like, this is not going to be as exciting. But because they invested in the division, and the thing is like for Bianca, I think it's perfect for her. Like, I like Rhea Ripley because I think she's just a beast, and like she can just beat up anyone. Like, she's just an intimidating like visual figure. So she didn't need to win it, but with Bianca, I think this is a great way to elevate her. Like, I personally want to see her go against Sasha from a narrative storytelling aspect, because I think they can get some great promos going back and forth, having good like intensity as opposed to Asuka, who I think is awesome, but they make her too funny, you know. And I think with Bianca, she's an athlete, like, and I love Asuka too, not to knock her, but it makes sense with her and Sasha in terms of a rivalry. Like, I think it would be dope. It's money, in my opinion.
Yep, so much money.
100%. No, go on, bro. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say, I think for me, the Women's Royal Rumble was sick. Like you were saying, I think just main points. I think Victoria was just a bit tired. You know, seeing Toya Wilson was an amazing sight.
That's an amazing sight. A sight. Look at the sight. An amazing sight.
That was all. You know. That was all.
I will say about Toya Wilson, she does look better with age.
Yeah.
Yeah, she definitely improved in age.
Yeah, she does look better, and she has gotten better. She still wrestles like a woman in 2003, 2004, but yeah, she does look better with age.
The face buster.
Ah, fam, I hate that move so much. I hate that move so much. I don't know if you remember.
Like, between the period of 2005, 2009, every diva was using face buster.
If you go on like SmackDown versus Raw, every woman had that finisher, maybe besides Victoria and Beth Phoenix. Everyone had that sit down face buster. So jarring, man.
But no, besides that, sick Rumble though. Sick Rumble.
Yeah, sick Rumble.
Yeah, so
it nearly got ruined though. R-Truth and his battalions rolled up, and I thought that was going to ruin the Royal Rumble. Everything paused for a second. I hated that spot. That spot was dead, fam. Why did they have to do it during the Women's Royal Rumble?
Question: haven't they done like comedy spots in all 4 Royal Rumbles?
When he's there, yeah. When he comes in,
So I remember last year they even had Santino come and do his Santino Morella thing. Like, I feel like at this point next year we have to riot if they do it again.
Yeah, no more that.
Let's let these women, like, because I'm sure someone else could have taken. Well, especially last year, someone else could have taken Santino Morella's spot. He didn't have to be in the Royal Rumble. Yeah, but we can all agree that was the best match.
Yeah, on the card, that's the best. Yeah, the best match on the card.
So then we go to what could have been the best match on the card, but a few higgy hagger happened. Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens for the Universal title, with Roman Reigns winning. How did everyone feel about that match?
Bro, the match started off like this, yeah. So it was like this. But like it was alright. Then it went like this. Then it went like this. Then it went like this. When it went like this, is because, bro, make it make sense. Roman Reigns was handcuffed, yeah, to a what was it, scaffolding or something, and the referee stopped counting. Like, does that make sense, guys? Bro, Kevin Owens should be our champion right now. Kevin Owens done everything on that match. Only thing he didn't do was stab Roman Reigns or shoot Roman Reigns. If he had done that, the match would have been KO'd. The match would have been done. Kill Owens, kill. It would have been done. Kill. Fam, but bro, man stopped the match. Man stopped, and thingy, what's it? Paul Heyman couldn't even unlock the thing.
Yeah,
bro, they didn't make sense, man.
No, that
Kevin Owens is my champion. I don't care.
Yeah, I salute that, because the match in general, I enjoyed the match. I felt like it was like just the storytelling. I felt like that just was my buzzword of the whole night. The storytelling of the whole match, and like that was the first time in a while that we've seen Roman Reigns look like he can be beaten. So even when the referee was counting and he got to 9 and then he pulled the referee, I was like, oh shit, he actually got us. But then when the second referee came in and the referee stopped counting at 5, I said, yeah, I'm done. I don't even watch this match anymore. We need to just end it, because it's clear. And then he won with the guillotine, and I was like, this is shit.
Yeah.
The ending just threw me off. I was just like, I don't even care anymore.
Everything was perfect in that match. Kevin Owens jumping off the what's it called? It's like a forklift, yeah?
Yeah, the forklift.
Forklift. Him getting hit by the car, getting wasted, GTA style. What else happened? There was another Easter egg in there. Did you not clock it? I don't know if WWE are doing this on purpose, innit? So the Miz's briefcase was on the table, as well as his jacket was on the table whilst they were fighting outside. Did you not clock that? You didn't clock it?
Is this when? Are you sure he didn't leave it there when he smashed the Bad Bunny's DJ decks?
No. So basically, see, when they went to the other arena, there was like 2 rings, right?
Oh, the backstage bit where the other rings are. Yeah.
I don't know if WWE are trying to do Easter eggs on this Black Mirror shit, but bro, if they're trying to tell us something, because obviously the Money in the Bank, you can cash in on any wrestler, right? Any champion.
Well, yeah, Universal, WWE.
Yeah. So are they trying to like tell us something here? I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to go Twitter on it, but
Storytelling.
Storytelling. Was it?
Storytelling.
Oh, fam.
How'd you find the match, Sage?
It was cool, like visually. Like I'm being optimistic about the whole thing. Like I do feel the pacing and then the big highs it had and then the lows. But I thought if we were going to take away from some highlights and like in terms of what Roman Reigns, what he's been doing, and seeing that Kevin Owens is like, he kind of, his stock is elevated a bit,
1,000%.
For a long period of time. Like I remember when he was doing that, like he did that run up the ramp on Raw, right? And I was like, yo, this guy's funny. And then, but he's always tossed aside. Something always happens. He loses so much momentum. But I feel with Roman Reigns, there's going to be some more momentum. I don't think this is the last time we see them go against each other. It could be WrestleMania. I'm hoping maybe Elimination Chamber or something like that. But I think the takeaway is positive. The ending, not that great. But I also think this is not the ending.
Yeah. No, I do feel like this match for me was probably like the stepping stone of me being able to root for Kevin Owens for the title as a face. Because generally when he is his previous times when he's fought for the top title, he's been a heel or he's even held the title. So him actually chasing it as opposed to him being chased for the title, it was proper sick to see. So yeah, his stock has 100% risen.
Yeah, 100. And I'm invested.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm invested. Remember what we said before the match? I was like, yo, I'll beg this match finish in 5 minutes, please. We need the men's Royal Rumble to start. And at the end of it, I was like, at the middle of it, I was like, yo, this match is amazing. Then obviously it went left and the referee stopped counting. He forgot his maths and stuff. So yeah, it's nuts.
Right, random question to you guys. Would you say that Roman Reigns is potentially one of Kevin Owens' top 3 opponents in WWE?
Yep, facts.
Yeah, I go with that. I think that's true.
Well, there's no one else. That's what I would say to that question. There's no one else anyway.
Well, he has got
Sami Zayn.
I feel so. Yeah.
He has got Seth.
Sami Zayn and Seth. Even John Cena.
John Cena, yeah. And he has Brock as well a bit. No?
What was Kevin Owens?
Brock were going at it.
Oh, you talking about Kevin Owens per se?
Yeah, Kevin Owens, yeah.
Oh,
Kevin Owens' top 3 opponents. As in Roman Reigns being in his top 3.
Opponents. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, definitely.
Not Roman Reigns. You define there's so many different people that you can have in Roman Reigns. But in terms of Kevin Owens, like, would you say Roman Reigns is one of his better opponents that he's had?
Yeah.
Because he's had some like lackluster feuds with certain people. But I'd possibly add Roman with Sami Zayn.
I do like the Cena one.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sage.
I'm cutting you off, man.
No, I was going to say, are you sure that Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens rivalry was very personal? I think for me, that was crazy. Like, I don't know.
I'll say it's them. I'll say the Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn feud is Kevin Owens' best feud because he's had some of the better matches with Sami Zayn. But I'm saying Roman Reigns is definitely in his top 3.
Okay.
It's a shoo-in possibly between, I don't know, Seth and John Cena. John Cena's possibly second, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Possibly.
Yeah.
No, sorry for cutting you off, Sage. There,
So for me, I'm basing off profile matches, right? You got Cena elevated his profile match in terms of their feud. I love Sammy, like good story wise, but I don't think it did anything for both of them at the end of the day. It was just one you can like, damn, these are 2 close friends bumping heads. But like with Cena, it's like everyone hated Cena at one point, And like if you look at like the background of like Kevin Owens, he had those Kevin Steen t-shirts, just like that parody Cena. So it's like that, like everything tied up really nice for me on that. And I do think like Roman Reigns, it just ups his game a lot more too. So like I'm thinking Seth to like WrestleMania. I thought that was like the elbow, everything, just laying him out was great as well.
Yeah, it was dope.
Definitely.
So we'll move on to the last and final match of the night was the men's Royal Rumble with Edge winning, defeating Randy Orton as his last elimination. How does everyone feel about that?
Big up, first and foremost, big up Edge for, coming back and after 11 years getting back into the ring and lasting at least nearly up to an hour. But bro, that finish for me was trash. I was so upset. Bro, they got me here, yeah, and they left me on top of the mountain, and they ran down the mountain and they left me. They took me up a hill, bro, and they left me there, bro. Like, fam, the match, the way it played out, yeah. Go on, bro.
No, sorry, go on. Finish off your point, so I keep cutting off.
That's cool, bro. That's cool, bro. I was gonna say the way it played out was that cool. There was many moments in the match where you felt like cool. Bobby Lashley could have won it. Big E could have won it. Matt Riddle could have won it. Seth Rollins could have won it.
AJ Styles,
even Randy coming
Bryan.
back. Daniel Bryan could have won it. But I never would have thought Edge would win it or even survive that long. I even forgot Edge was in the Rumble at that point. I didn't know he was in there. I just forgot, literally. Then him winning, I was like, bro, I wish they could have given it to someone else. Like someone that's like a new person, or someone that's been there full time. But bro, I have nothing against Edge, by the way. Edge is an amazing wrestler. I think he's one of the best in the business, but him winning that Royal Rumble was a sour taste for me, man. No offense.
Did you want Christian?
Pardon? Christian win? I didn't want none of these guys to win. I'm sorry, no primers, man. But I hate when, bro. Do you know what it is? I hate when WWE have so much talent. They have a big talent pool, yeah, that they can make this guy the next star. Like back in the day, you'll get someone like, say, who can I say? Like a Rey Mysterio or a John Cena or someone like a Batista that will win the Rumble, and they'll be like the next poster boy for the next generation. But I feel like with this one, it's like they went back in time and they said, you know what, Ed, you lost, you did it, like you let the title go 11 years ago. So here's it, try and get it back. Do you get what I mean? And it's like, bro, 11 years is a long time. Like we've kind of like moved on. No offense, we've moved on. There's new people in the system. Like let's push them rather than pushing you. Like, but yeah, it's nuts, man. It's nuts. Like I wasn't happy with that finish, man. I was so upset.
It's definitely not. It's definitely not Edge's era anymore. So yes, it is dragging, like the fact that you've won the Royal Rumble, But I guess kudos to you. I wanted, to be honest with you, when I saw Seth come back, I thought, wow, I want Seth to win.
Yeah, bro.
Just for the fact that I just like Seth's character. I thought that's one of the best characters. This Messiah thing has been one of the best characters I've ever seen from 2020, 2021. But as for me overall, the Royal Rumble was it was shit. I saw too much pot bellies in terms of Hurricane, Kane, all these people coming back. Like, why are the grandpas coming back for? Like, it was very jarring. I didn't feel it. Like, I was like, okay, like Hurricane, all right, cool. There's a hurricane coming through, yada yada. Double choke slam, you get thrown out. Like I did see it before back in the 03 Royal Rumble. There were just certain things I was just like, no, it wasn't for me. But seeing guys like Damian Priest and seeing these NXT stars coming in was refreshing. It was good to see. Braun Strowman, that's my guy. I liked seeing him there, but Edge won, innit? What do you do? Veterans, innit? Vince likes his veterans. It's good shit. Yeah.
I definitely agree. Kane and Hurricane didn't have to be in that Royal Rumble whatsoever. I mean, we already got Carlito, which was good to see. We got Christian, which was good to see. Seeing Hurricane and Kane, for me, was very reductive. We could have potentially had two other NXT guys or maybe other people on the roster that could have potentially been on the Royal Rumble. I thought they were wasting their entries.
Just to even go in, I just wanted to say Carlito's in great shape.
Oh, he's amazing.
Why do all these veterans that come back just look super hench? Super toned.
He's absolutely
crazy.
Absolute still.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. For me, I don't feel like this match should have been the last match.
Should have.
I feel like the women's Royal Rumble should have been the main event. That was way more entertaining. But like I said, it was good to see Damian Priest. It was to be honest, I knew things were going to go downhill once I saw Bobby Lashley get eliminated, once I saw AJ Styles get eliminated, once I saw Daniel Bryan get eliminated, and once I saw Seth get eliminated. From that point, I was like, yeah, all my picks are gone. I don't even know who's going to take this.
Can we talk about how AJ Styles got eliminated and how almost eliminated people?
I didn't mind that. I enjoyed it. I thought that was good. I thought it worked.
But can we normalise that Can we make this? Can we actually like write to WWE and say that if you are not in the Royal Rumble and you eliminate someone, it's not elimination.
It is though.
So you're telling me okay, cool. Let me say this. So if a fan were to jump in and pull someone out the ring, is that kind of elimination?
But the fan's not contracted, so it wouldn't work. Almost is contracted.
Okay, so
To be honest with you, me, in all honesty, I'm fed up of that skyscraper.
Yeah, but it's done, man.
I'm fed up of it. Almost.
Well, he's doing his job. If you guys don't like him, it means his heel work is working.
No, not that I don't like him, but he should have done that, bro.
But like, you just stand there like a tower block.
No, but then if you think the way Braun Strowman eliminated AJ Styles was to a credit because of Omos. He couldn't throw him in one direction because Omos was there, so he threw him in another direction.
He threw him the other way.
Yeah.
No, I get the demographic of it. I'm just bored of Omos, and especially when they zoom in, like they probably try to zoom in to his feet and then look up. I'm like, why am I looking at? Like, stop this! Just show the man throwing people out. Like, that's why I just call him a skyscraper. Like, it's just annoying now. Like, okay, do I have to see the whole bottom and then, it's like I'm seeing, I don't know. It's annoying, man. Big up Omos though,
big him up, man.
Even when he talks, he's like, yeah.
His voice is like this.
I don't know, man. Get some veneers or something. I don't know. Sorry, I'm gonna stop. I'm
finished. Yeah, I mean, like you guys, I'm not too fond on. Like, I like Edge. I don't think anybody dislikes Edge, or I think it's more so the creative of him winning. Someone else could have benefited from winning. And the thing is with Edge is guaranteed a WrestleMania spot regardless.
Yeah.
So him winning Royal Rumble was kind of like it's a slap in the face, man. But literally, what do I know? Sage, what do you think, bro?
All right, you guys are gonna hate me. I think Edge winning makes the most sense. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me hear you up.
I think about it. I'm Drew McIntyre, right? WrestleMania, my big moment. What match did everyone talk about? Randy Orton versus Edge. Royal Rumble. Who made their return last year? Edge. Drew McIntyre won, right? This could be probably the greatest story they're going to tell at WrestleMania. Drew McIntyre is just pissed that he's in Edge's shadow since his return. Drew McIntyre is like, I beat Goldberg. I beat a guy that's beaten some of the best guys out there. Now Edge comes into the picture, and now he's not going to try to pick me. They might just, have Edge think he's going to go to SmackDown, but then Drew's like, no, I want you, Edge. If I'm going to solidify my name in the history books, this is how I do it, by beating you. I think this is a way to just bring Drew back more. They're waiting to build it up. They want fans in attendance, and I think that's what they're waiting for. This is a recipe for success, right? I love AJ Styles. I wouldn't want to see AJ Styles versus Drew. I think that match just doesn't have enough layers. Like right now, he's doing his Shaq and Kobe thing. That I'm cool with AJ Styles doing that, but I don't think there's enough of a story being told if you want to. So it's not our favorite pick, but I think maybe it makes the most sense long term, and it could be something big for Drew at the end of the day.
When you put it like that, I 100% see where you're coming from.
I can understand. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes, bro. I've been getting it. I've been seeing the comments on Twitter. I've been seeing the blog posts and stuff. I get it. But for me, I feel like Edge, like you said, Edge is definitely going to get a WrestleMania spot, regardless of the situation. Even Christian alone can get a WrestleMania spot. But on this occasion, I would have loved for someone else to get a title shot. Rather, do you get what I mean? Simple. That's it. I get you. I get everyone's point, but Edge didn't need to win the Royal Rumble.
I would be happy with Bobby Lashley. Like, I like Bobby Lashley. I think this guy should have been facing off Brock a long time ago. But
Bobby's been one of the most upsetting stories, I think, for the past, I don't know how many years I've known the guy, since he was in TNA. I just thought this guy should have been the man a fucking long time ago. And Vince, you're pissing me off once again. Why have you not made this guy number one? Fight Brock Lesnar already. Yep. That wasn't established, and he should have won the title and dominated from then. You know what I mean? And number two, the time when you did go for McIntyre, it would have been nice to see you at least win the WWE Championship, and then maybe Drew take it from you, just to see you hold on to that title. Like Bobby Lashley's a very good wrestler, and and especially recently since he's been with the Hurt Business. Winning the United States Championship, taking out this person, that person. Like the Hurt Lock is an unbeatable finisher. I don't see anyone breaking out of that move anytime soon. You know, like who the hell can stop Bobby Lashley? No one. So why the hell, Vince, have you not even made him champion? There's no correlation. Makes no sense. Yeah.
No, it makes sense. I think that's probably one of the reasons why I dislike Ricochet so much. Because if you guys remember, there was a multi-man match for a title shot against Brock at Saudi Arabia.
Oh, that match.
And Ricochet ended up winning. Ricochet ended up winning and then ended up going to Saudi Arabia to fight Brock Lesnar. So for me, I think we even predicted that Bobby Lashley is going to win because we're finally going to get Brock versus Bobby. But Ricochet ended up winning and he just ended up getting collapsed, get fucked up. So from then, it was kind of like, we've seen this guy can wrestle. Yeah, Ricochet can wrestle, but he has no personality. He has nothing. But he's the one that gets the title match. It doesn't make any sense. So, yeah, I think that's where my disdain for Ricochet has come from.
I think WWE sees something in him, but it's just that they don't know what to do with him. It's sad. And that's with a lot of
It's very
Ricochet.
simple.
Yeah.
He's one of the best talents in the ring by far. The match with him and AJ just the other week on Raw, that Styles Clash finish was insane.
Oh, yeah.
The guy can't talk.
Yeah.
If you tell Ricochet to say, Ricochet, can you say this like this? Ricochet will say it like in a way. All right, if you tell Ricochet, say right or say left from right, he will say right from left. He will say the complete opposite, or he just won't say anything. It just doesn't make sense with Ricochet, you know? Like, I don't know. I feel like he just needs to have... The thing is, he has character. Like, you can see the guy wants to fight, if you know, especially with this retribution kind of thing that he was going, like, which was going on with Mustafa and everything, you know? But just didn't talk his shit enough, I guess.
Yeah, it's a title.
I think he's cruiserweight division, personally. Like, I know that's not a popular opinion, but I think he can elevate the division, cut some great promos there, practice, you know. There's some great talent on the cruiserweight division. Like, it doesn't hurt going there, personally.
Yeah. Sage is absolutely right. Go back to 205 and fix yourself up and come back up, honestly.
I'm sorry, they need to bring the cruiserweight title back to the main roster. Not to the main roster, but back to Raw and SmackDown and make it a proper thing. Because back in the day, when the cruiserweights used to go head to head, it was sick. Like you get Billy Kidman versus Tajiri, or Jamie Noble versus Jamie Noble versus Rey Mysterio. Like matches like that, we need that in the main roster, bro. Like, it should been that 205 live, and even main event's always been there.
The only reason why they done 205 live was because that the cruiserweights wasn't given enough time on TV previously.
Yeah, they only had like one match on TV, and then that was it. So then they made 205 live. But yeah, no, I definitely agree. They need to bring it back to Raw SmackDown, because even back then when they used to have the cruiserweight title on SmackDown, the cruiserweight champion wasn't alienated to just that division. Like he could be in a tag team division. He could chop it up with the mid-card champion or the world heavyweight champion. Whereas with this one, it just seems as if like if you're part of 205 Live, you're just going to be there. You're going to have an occasional match on NXT, and there's great talent on 205 Live. We've got the likes of Santos Escobar, for me, one of the best wrestlers in WWE. And if him and Ricochet would, because they've had matches on Lucha Underground, if they were to now have matches on the main roster, or if you give them 20 minutes at WrestleMania, I promise you, they would tear the roof down. So it's just a matter of just WWE not looking at them as assets. It's just time to kill on TV. That's about it. So I don't know. I really don't know. I do think Ricochet needs to go to NXT, back to NXT.
Yeah, he needs to go back and just fix up in a few things, brush up in a few things. Mainly his talking. You know, I don't want to be talking to a brick wall forever. But in terms of the cruiserweight, like I said, I just feel you're right, Anafi. I feel like maybe the cruiserweight championship should go back up to the main roster. Kind of gives a bit more credibility because, you know, like Del was saying, the cruiserweight championship back in the Ruthless Aggression era, especially, was very credible. Especially Gregory Helms, the longest cruiserweight champion, was fighting everyone. Do you know what I mean? Teaming up with the biggest of heels to fight Batista when he was at his best. You know, with the world championship. So, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And at one point, the cruiserweight title was kind of like a transitional belt. Like once there's a lot of people that held the cruiserweight title that ended up going up to win mid-card titles or even a world heavyweight title, if not in WWE, elsewhere. So, I mean, remember when Neville won the cruiserweight title? For me, he was at his peak in WWE, where it was like, you know what, this guy's so believable. I could see him winning the world title at some point. Exactly. they didn't pull the trigger on that because they ended up making him lose to Enzo. And
didn't he lose to Seth for the championship, for the Universal?
Yeah, so he faced Steph for the Universal title, and he got like the closest near fall ever. But people actually thought he was going to win.
That was nuts, man.
You know what I'm saying? And this was when he was a face, where he was doing the whole wearing the cape and the Danger Mouse character. But imagine when he became King Neville, where he was the king of the cruiserweights. He like basically how he is now, but in WWE. He grew his beard out. He was just didn't want to chat to anyone. He would be putting on match of the night candidates, and then he was just walking out of the title.
I'll be honest with you. Yeah, Neville. The fact that Neville never became a world champion in WWE absolutely bewilders me. To be honest with you, like, or even was he a mid card champion?
No.
Unbelievable. No. What a talent wasted. Yeah. Talent wasted. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's actually crazy. Yeah, that was overall the Royal Rumble match. The Royal Rumble pay-per-view, basically.
Did you not watch Raw last night? No,
I didn't.
I saw little bits, man. The Royal Rumble's left a sour taste.
They can't. No, I get you. They kind of just carried on.
Pause.
What's happening? So
they're kind of just carrying on
from Royal Rumble, yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of just carrying it on. So like Edge, Drew McIntyre came out, started talking shit about Edge. Edge come in, and then Sheamus come in, bro kicked McIntyre, which is kind of just now stemming towards, I think, maybe Sheamus versus McIntyre at Fastlane or something like that. I don't know. And then maybe the winner versus Edge, something on that angle.
I heard that Bad Bunny's linking up with Damian Priest to fight.
Yeah, Damian Priest had his debut on Raw. Was it against The Miz?
Against The Miz, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, against The Miz, yeah. He won, yeah. Yeah, he won.
Bad Bunny almost X'd himself, though.
He nearly killed himself at Royal Rumble.
I know, that dive, innit? Yeah. Crazy.
That's crazy. What else happened on Raw? I know the Edge and Randy Orton feud is over now.
It's over?
Yeah, that's done now.
Thank God. How did that finish?
Alexa got involved in the match and distracted Orton, and Edge basically won from that. So yeah, that ended that feud. I just want to see what happens now, because I think Orton's probably going to go for the Fiend. It's just now, when is the Fiend going to come back? You know, you can't just be sending Showgirl Alexa to get RKO'd every week. Like, what's going on? You know?
Do you think Bray's injured? Do you think they're just trying to keep him off TV for a bit? Or
I think they're just preparing him, because, you know, let's be realistic here. If you get burnt, you're not coming on TV for a few weeks. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or maybe a few months, if that makes sense. Yeah. So I think they're just saving the Fiend for, I don't know, maybe towards, Mania. I don't know if I'm dragging over the top there.
Yeah.
But we'll definitely see, you know, that.
Yeah. In that regard. You guys managed to watch the Yokozuna documentary, The Icons?
Dope.
That Yokozuna documentary, I can't lie, I'm a man. It's a controversial, all of that, but I cried. I had to shed a few tears near the end. Because when the Undertaker was like, the guy's like a brother, like every person who spoke about Yoko was close to crying. I could see it in their faces. Every single, from Vince to Taker to what's the other guy that was there? To Rikishi, all of them. Yeah. I thought to myself, nah, Yoko's one of the greatest. Yeah. Okay. I never really rated Yoko because when I was young, I just kind of just saw him. I think his heel character just put me off him.
Yeah.
And I used to watch him, especially back in the day when he was having the feuds with Taker. Like you said, the first time I watched wrestling was the Royal Rumble 94. So I know about Yoko, but I didn't really know him. I didn't really know, you know, Yokozuna as a person. And when he said he helped Rikishi in terms of heat and things like that, I'm just like, man, what a guy, you know?
Yeah.
And then the decline of Yokozuna as well, that dying in London as well, crazy. Like, he was on the Breakfast Club. Do you remember the Breakfast Club back in the day, bro? Like, 6:30, was it 6:45, 7 a.m. in the morning if I went to school? Yeah. Someone will come in, like, imagine that. And
they get bare celebrities coming in, like famous sports people coming in. It's nuts, man. But you know what's mad? After watching that documentary, I just sadly thought that before Undertaker became this locker room leader, I sincerely believe that Yokozuna was the locker room leader. Because the stuff that he used to do, bro, like, I think there was a moment where Savio Vega was like, "Oh, some people in the company tried to like get me sacked." Then Yokozuna was like, "Nah, what? Are you mad?" And he went to go tell Vince, and Vince was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna do it no more." And he went to go hot up the other people that went to go do it. So I feel like Yokozuna was like the locker room leader before Undertaker became the locker room leader. Maybe that's what it is, isn't it? Like,
I wouldn't necessarily say he was a locker room leader, but he definitely
because Undertaker's involved. That's why.
No, I'm with Sam on this. So I don't think it was locker room leader.
I don't think so.
When people respect you, people just always naturally gravitate towards you. Like you could tell from the documentary that Bruce Pritchard and Vince loved Yokozuna.
Like a second child,
loved him so much. So definitely he was.
Like was it even Bruce that was saying how much Vince loved Yoko almost like a son? Like it was real.
Yeah,
it was very real. You know.
Yeah.
Ah, so sad, man. When I think of how Yoko died, so sad. Sorry, getting emotional in here. Very sad.
How did you find it, Sage?
I didn't watch it. I'm just hearing from you.
Oh, you watched it? Yeah. Nah, bro.
Sage, I'm telling you, bro.
You guys overrun because like this sounds great. Like, honestly, I love like little pieces like this, especially like understanding a character. Like when I saw him, I thought he was very campy in terms of the attire, but like that was the whole WWF at that time. But just to hear, like I've seen some photos of him outside of the space, and he just seems like a really cool guy. Like there was an interview that some lady had interviewed him, and just the way he carried himself and his demeanor, he was very confident, but just very relaxed and just like very respectful of everyone. So I'm definitely gonna check it out based off the way you guys described it.
Oh, please! I'll be honest with you. These WWE docs that have been coming out these past few weeks,
production level has gone
incredible. I don't know how much money they've put into the production, but it's top tier.
Yeah.
Top tier.
RVD's one is going to be amazing.
Yeah, that one's going to be
sick.
That one's going to be nuts.
And British Bulldog one as well.
Even Beth Phoenix one's going to be sick.
Yeah, Beth Phoenix one. I forgot Beth Phoenix shit.
Yeah, Beth Phoenix one's out next month, I think. I'm looking forward to that one.
Her one's out next month, yeah?
I think so, yeah. I think it's out next month.
Lex Luger's there as well. Fam. Then, do you know what it is? I don't know if they'll be able to do it, but Doink the Clown needs one, man. He needs his documentaries, man. I need the whole thing about him, bro.
Doink is respected. I can't even discredit Doink. Yeah.
Nah, do you know some people don't like him, you know.
I don't think a lot of people respect Doink the Clown, which is mad.
They don't like him. He's got like mad real beef with a lot of people. Or had man.
Okay.
Yeah, but he needs a documentary himself. But yeah, AEW quickly round up.
The Jungle Boy and what's his AEW name? Scott Dawson. I'll just call him Scott Dawson. They had a sick match last week.
Scott Dawson.
They had a sick match. I feel like I've been very like slack on AEW recently. I think I've been.
What's happened though? Why is everyone slack on AEW? You know me, I don't like AEW.
I feel like I'm at a point where there's too much wrestling, man.
Yeah, so
there's too much wrestling, man. There's so much wrestling. It's like keeping up with NXT, then AEW, WWE, MLW. There's just so much going on.
And then your life as well.
Yeah, and life, and especially like now being in lockdown as well. It's like sometimes I just can't be asked to watch it. Yeah. But yeah, I know tonight. Well, obviously by the time this comes out, it will be Friday. But tonight there's the AEW Beach Break. There's gonna be some. Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford's wedding is tonight. Tag team title contendership battle royal. Matt Hardy, Hangman Page versus Chaos Project. There's going to be a lumberjack match with Eddie Kingston and Lance Archer. Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa. John Moxley, Ray Phoenix and Pac versus Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers.
Oh, that should be sick.
Sting, you say Sting is wrestling?
No, he's not wrestling tonight. He's going to be wrestling at Revolution. Him and Darby Allin versus Ricky Starks and Brian Cage.
Okay.
So it's looking like Sting's only going to come out for pay-per-views really to fight.
I guess so. I have a strong feeling that this match isn't going to be like a typical match. I feel like it might be some sort of like cinematic match because Sting is 2061. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't really see him taking that many bumps at this point, especially after his last. I don't really. To be fair, I don't really care about the Sting angle in AEW. I won't lie to you. Yeah. I think it's trash.
I didn't want to see Sting bleed. I'm so sorry. I don't want to see that guy bleed. If I see him bleed, bro, that's tragic. He needs to.
I feel like his arrival in AEW was made to kind of like bring some sort of exposure to Darby Allin, but I feel like it's been detrimental to Darby Allin. Like if you see so when Cody had the TNT title, Cody was defending it like nearly every week, whereas Darby has only defended it once. And for me, I feel like that kind of takes away from what Cody done with the TNT title. Yeah. So
it should be a title that you're right. It should be defended every single week. You're right.
Yeah. Well, even if it's like 2 times out of the month you defend it, you at least have to defend it at least twice a month on TV. But he's only defended it once. So, I mean, I don't know what the direction is with Sting. Are they now going to have Darby Allin versus Sting? Because I'm not going to lie to you, I don't want to see that.
No.
I don't want to see that match.
I don't blame you.
I don't want to see that match whatsoever.
It's not going to happen. Like,
hopefully not.
Sting's only doing like fights. He's not wrestling. He's not gonna. Darby Allin's gonna take all the falls.
Yeah, 100%.
And I love Sting, so.
And I think that's what it is. We all love Sting, but we don't want to see Sting go outside. Like he was in good shape when he went against Seth, and look what happened. He went down bad. So now we just want to kind of avoid that. We don't want to see that happen again. So. Yeah, like imagine they put the TNT title on Sting. What happens? that title is done for.
Yeah, it's done. I think for me, like I said, AEW for me is a bit now.
You haven't given it a go, bro.
You haven't even watched it.
I haven't watched it.
It's not my thing. I have watched it. You know what? Let me be very honest with you, yeah? I've watched AEW at the beginning stages. You understand? I was watching it at the beginning stages. Yeah. But now, I don't know. Like I said, I just didn't enjoy it and I just can't get into it again. I can't.
After the beginning stages?
The beginning stage was sick.
That's like watching... Well, after that's like planting a seed and not wanting to have the flower anymore because it hasn't grown yet.
Yeah.
Then let's drown that flower. AEW's that flower.
The flower has bloomed. It's got petals and leaves and shit. The flies are pollinating on this flower. Yeah, it probably died a few times, but we added more seeds and we watered it, and flowers have grown, fam. We've got a tree now. We've got a tree. We've got a jungle boy on the tree. We've got a scorpion Sting on the tree.
We got John Mox.
Yeah, Scorpion Sting who can barely wrestle. Fair enough.
But if Sting went to NWA, you would still watch it though.
Yeah, of course. Exactly. NWA was like, NWA, bro. I don't even know how you might watch that, bro.
NWA is fucking cold. I don't understand. NWA is not there anymore.
Bro, let me tell you, the time
they tagged us, by the way.
When NWA was there, yeah.
But they also copied our content.
They copied our content. That's why I'm against them.
They also stole our content.
Big them up, big up their talent and everything, but yeah, they need to credit us on that.
No, hey Sam, what you need to do, watch AW Revolution with us.
Yeah, watch it with us. We're going to watch along, so watch it with us.
All right, I will. I actually will.
Yeah, when is it? 7th of March.
7th.
It's a Saturday,
yeah.
I'll be there. I'll actually
Sunday.
Sunday, I think.
That's their first Sunday pay-per-view.
Yeah. It's actually on my birthday in the midnight.
Jeez, alright, cool. We're gonna celebrate.
I say you have to come to our watch along, man.
Yeah, I'm always down.
You have to come to our watch along, man.
I'm with Sam though. Like we shouldn't knock them because there's so much AEW content. Like it's hard to like follow all. If you're watching Dark, being the elite, all that stuff. It's hard. Like I consume so much wrestling, and my head just explodes. Like if I watch AEW, I'm just like, damn. I kind of get the pieces, but I know if I would enjoy it more if I watch being the elite. So
yeah,
I think he's right. It's not something for someone who a casual viewer. You know, you can't watch that plant grow every day. Like,
yeah, not true. That is true because even remember we spoke about Zanafi about sometimes with certain storylines you might not understand it because you have to now go and watch Being the Elite. And you have to watch AW Dark to kind of see certain storylines unfold and why certain things are the way they are. So for certain people, like for me, I don't really watch Being the Elite anymore. Like I stopped watching it a time ago. I only started watching it again after the Brody Lee
passing.
Yeah, passing. So when they done the tribute episode to him, I started watching it again from there. But so there's so much that I've missed, but for me, I don't really pay attention to it anyways. Like I just don't really care because it's too much, especially when you're having to watch Raw Impact just to kind of keep up with what's going on with Kenny Omega and the whole AEW Impact thing, MLW, then, you know, NXT, SmackDown, and then there's other wrestling like GCW that are doing 24-hour events, New Japan, Noah, all like there's so much wrestling. Sometimes it's like when people ask you, like, oh, have you watched this? It's like, fuck no, I haven't watched it. I don't want to watch wrestling today. I don't want to watch wrestling. Let's talk about NBA. Let's talk about James Harden. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like the industry has become so big now. There's too much wrestling to watch now. It's like,
but I'll tell you what, Sandro,
my guns, man.
I feel like the industry was always big, but back in the day, obviously, they only fed us with one cereal, which was either WWE or WCW. Like, obviously, the other shows are out there, but look how long it took us to find ECW. We'd have to get Sky and have to get show like Bravo. We'd have to come across Bravo TV or Challenge TV or something just to find ECW. So I feel like it's always been big, but it's just like now, because everything's on YouTube, you can watch anything on YouTube. It's so hard to watch wrestling, bro. Do you know what I mean? So, and even when you watch, you get bored, bro. Like I was watching Wrestle Kingdom, because that week I remember that was it Wrestle Kingdom? I watched Wrestle Kingdom. Then that same week I watched Raw, SmackDown, AEW, NXT, and I was just like, fam, wrestling's getting boring, fam. Do you know what I mean? You just get bored of it. Like, it's like
coming to the podcast, you're like, don't you think wrestling's getting boring? I was like,
do you remember that? Yeah, bro.
But for me, I'm not bored. So I'm just stick to my one thing, and that is it. Everything WWE. Like, I'm not really bored. Like, fair enough, AEW, like, okay, I need to watch it a little bit more, but I feel like I'll just end up being like you lot. If I keep on watching so much wrestling, it'll come to the point of like, oh my God, this again. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for like that's why I even sometimes say that. Imagine if there was like a mad internet boom within the 90s where they had all of these different, and even like the early 2000s where they had all these different companies like IWA, Mid South, and CZW, and all of these companies that were blooming around the early 2000s. It probably wouldn't be as big as now, but it'll kind of be like, okay, I've got this option because I don't have to necessarily be in Colorado to see this wrestler because the internet is there. I can just watch it. That's how it is now. Like there's different like Sage said, he's in New York, but he's so clued up on these UK guys because he has the chance to watch it online. Before, you had to have to come to the UK. You have to go to Portsmouth to go and watch Rev Pro. You know what I'm saying?
That's nuts.
You know what I'm saying? You had to go to Portsmouth to watch Rev Pro. It wasn't online.
It was online, yeah.
You'd have to come to London to go and watch Progress. So it's so crazy. I mean, but in the same breath, we're kind of blessed because there's so much options. So if we don't like what's going on in WWE, because I don't watch Raw, SmackDown. I see some of the highlights online. But if I don't want to watch it, I've got AEW there, I've got MLW there, I've got Impacts there that I can watch. So, or I could just go on No Contest and I can just relive some good Defy wrestling. You get what I'm saying? Or just watching WrestleMania to review. Like, that's what I started doing now.
Yeah, same.
Like, if I don't want to watch Raw, I just watch his reviews. I can't be asked. I swear to you.
Like, I feel like for me growing up, like before the whole internet boom, I had AAA and CMML. Like in the United States, you can watch a little bit of everything. Like at one point, I was so hyped that Raw, SmackDown, what was it, TNA at the time, AAA, CML, like I was stacked with so much, but it was so diverse. It was like everything felt different. It didn't feel the same, but now everything kind of feels a little bit the same. Like I don't watch AAA and CML as much as I used to, but at that time it was just like nice because you get a nice break from it. Like sometimes we'll see X-Pac in there doing G Generation X in Mexico, which is like, it was dope to see it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Now it's a little bit harder to watch all this stuff.
I think that's why we enjoyed it so much when we were younger. Because remember, here in the UK, we had the Wrestling Channel. So that's like for a lot of people, that's the first time we got exposed to like TNA, CZW, Ring of Honor, New Japan, Noah. So we were seeing different wrestling from different countries, and it was all different styles. So it was kind of like, okay, cool. I'm watching all of this different stuff, and I'm seeing something new. Whereas now, we go to every single company, we're seeing a super kick, we're seeing a shooting star press, we're seeing a spinning forearm, we're seeing all of this stuff. So really and truly, the only real difference between a lot of these companies is just the language barrier. That's about it. Yeah. So yeah, the overload, I mean, like we said, it's a double-edged sword. Like we're lucky to have so much wrestling that we have a choice, but in the same breath, when you're an actual fan and you love wrestling, there's too much that it just becomes a massive brain fart. So
That's nice, man. Arts Wrestlings this week.
We've got a couple questions. Ask Wrestlings. This is the section of the podcast where you guys ask Wrestlings and Wrestlings answer the questions. So the first question we have from our guy Gareth, aka hashtag Gareth Never Misses. He asks, "How do you rate this year's Women's Rumble with the best Rumbles ever?" I might make an argument for it being top 5. So I think this is Royal Rumbles in general, not just women's one.
No.
What do you mean? But this is the best Royal Rumble.
The Women's Royal Rumble with the best Rumbles ever.
Oh, it has to be top 5.
No.
You don't think so? Well, what would you say is top 5? If you can think of one.
The first Women's Royal Rumble for me was fucking sick. 2008 Royal Rumble for me was very sick. 2007 Royal Rumble for me was very sick. The 2000 Royal Rumble was very sick. And 92 Royal Rumble was very sick. Those are my 5. And I can name you each of the winners as well.
Go on, let's add a bit of trivia. Yeah, Asuka. The first Women's Rumble was good.
08 was John Cena. 07 was The Undertaker. 2000
of course.
was Rock. And 92, I think that was Ric Flair.
Ric Flair,
Yeah.
You cannot put even the first Royal Rumble, the first Women's Royal Rumble was Asuka for me. Like, that was sick. Like, you cannot put that Royal Rumble.
For me,
come on, stop this. Like, you cannot compare it to all the other Rumbles. What? You serious?
I
just feel like we're just pitying the fact that the pay-per-view was just so shit that the Royal Rumble, like the Women's Royal Rumble, just outshined everything. No, it's the honest truth, though. Come on, the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, is that really actually a shit pay-per-view? Like, no. Like, this year was pathetic. Alas. So yeah, the Women's Royal Rumble was the best.
You've come to wake me up, fam.
Sorry, it's controversial, man. You know what I mean, man?
Do you know what it is? I agree with you, but
I think the 2000. Yeah, go on, bro. I think the 2000 Royal Rumble is arguable.
What?
I think the 2000 Royal Rumble is arguable. I'm not gonna. I think 2001 was better than that.
You won the 2000 Royal Rumble? The 2001?
2001, Stone Cold.
No, the two you said.
The 2000 is arguable.
The Rock and Big Show last the two men.
Big Show, yes,
that was sick. That Rumble was sick.
That one was
cold. I think 2001 was better.
First couple entries were pants. I remember it.
Yeah.
First couple entries were pants. Yeah. Who remembers that? What's the people called again? Not the Bushwhackers. What they're called again?
Head Strickers. Is it Head Strickers?
No, the Head Bashers. What's it?
Oh, Mosh and whatever.
Yeah, they came in.
What are you talking about?
Fine, head freshers or something.
Freshers,
like
yeah.
Yeah. There is. 2000 Royal Rumble. I'm not too sure about that one, man. I don't know, man. I don't know.
No,
there's a few other Royal Rumbles that I probably prefer. I think the 2020 Royal Rumble was better than 2000.
The men's 2020 Royal Rumble was better than 2000.
Yeah, for me.
Fuck off, Del.
100%.
I'm sorry, I have to swear on here.
I think the 2020 Royal Rumble was one of the best Royal Rumbles ever. Honestly.
The men's. The men's.
The one that Drew McIntyre won.
Oh, the one last year.
Not the women's. I'm talking men's 2020 Royal Rumble is better than the 2000 Royal Rumble. 1,000%.
No.
1,000%.
All I saw was Brock Lesnar throwing people around for half of the Rumble, and McIntyre kicked him out after. Like, oh man, listen. Let me tell you something. Yeah, this new era of Royal Rumble for me, is not on the same levels as when Rey Mysterio won the Royal Rumble at number 1. Yeah, like those.
Yeah, that Royal Rumble was better than 2000s.
Huh?
That Royal Rumble was better than 2000. The one that Chris Benoit was in was better than 2000.
That was solid. That was a good one.
The 2000, I get it, but bro, I'm so sorry, it's not that great. It wasn't that great.
Batista's Royal Rumble where he was going to WrestleMania going against Triple H was great. Like I thought.
Yeah, that was actually a sick one as well. Actually, when Cena and Batista got eliminated and Vince pulled his hamstring.
He pulled his hamstring. That was better than 2000 Royal Rumble.
Okay, yeah, that was.
There's a lot of
that one actually was a sick Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Match.
Thing didn't even win the title, and just mad. Linda McMahon came out and goes, "Oh, you, Big Show, and Triple H are gonna have triple threat at WrestleMania." After all the Rock's hard work. What was the point of that?
Oh yeah.
That was a stupid. That was a stupid. Like, okay, I get the Rock won. It was sick, and even was mad when Rock won. Big Show came back in the ring and tried to beat him up. And the Rock had to give him the rock bottom and throw him out the ring again. Do you get what I mean, fam? It's like, bruh, I don't know. I get the Rumble was sick. Though I enjoyed it. I'm with you, and I enjoy it. And I'll definitely put it in my top 10. But I can't lie, the women's Royal Rumble that happened literally like on Sunday, bro, I'd put it in my top 5 now.
Nah, no way.
That's
Gareth, I'm going to get back to you. I'm going to have to rewatch some of these Royal Rumbles and see if I can slot in my top 5. I know 1992 is 100% my favorite Royal Rumble.
What we have to stop doing now, yeah, and this is just what I'm just saying, innit? This is my own controversial thing. We have to stop chasing the clout, yeah? Just because everything seems nice and rosy, you know, yeah. No, that's just happening now. In history, when we look back 10 years' time, we're going to say it wasn't the greatest. Watch anyway.
Yeah, see. Because another women's Royal Rumble could potentially be better. But as for now...
Like, what are you grading this on? I'm baffled a little bit because, like, I'm with Sam. Like, I'm leaning with him. Like I want to see the grading process on how are you evaluating this Royal Rumble? Like, what was the layers that make a good Royal Rumble for you?
You know what? Do you know what we might have to do? We might have to do a separate video where all of us come together, us 4, and then the rest of the wrestlings, man, and we do like a proper like top 5 Royal Rumble.
No, that has to get done.
And we think of a criteria.
And even to follow from Sage's question, what makes a Royal Rumble match? Is it the returns? Is it entrances? Is it certain spots? Is it how people get eliminated? Is it Kofi doing the madness? Is it Naomi doing the madness? Things like that. We have to put...
certain Royal Rumbles will be rubbed out because all they had was AAA and CMML guys come out and get jobbed over, like Mil Mascaras eliminating himself. You know what I'm saying? So certain Royal Rumbles, they didn't really have like, you know, they didn't have returns or any significant people coming in at that time. You know what I'm saying? So you know what it is? We'll actually do this. We'll actually...
Like there's the Royal Rumble where Maven kicked the Undertaker out. Come on, and you want to compare the women's Royal?
So are you just basing it on that one moment?
Yeah, bro.
No, but I'm just saying prime example.
Okay.
Example. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, no, I get it. So you know what we'll do? Yeah, we'll do a roundtable episode where we discuss different things. We'll come up with a criteria together, and then we'll now decide which are the top 5, and we'll include women as well because it's only fair. Cool. You guys heard it first. Wrestling's exclusive. Will they be linking up with no? You know what I'm saying? So, no, we have to do it. Okay, cool. We've got that tall guy, Miss One. Big him up. He asked, "What's a better product? What's a better product? This current WWE era or Arsenal Football Club in the last 10 years?" I stopped watching football years ago.
Look at my face. My face. You see football? I'm not invested no more in football. Football's been done for me. Like,
let me tell you something here. Coming from someone who supported Arsenal, and
I think we all did.
Yeah, we all did.
We all did.
Hey, just
Arsenal, and someone who loves wrestling, it has to be the Arsenal thing. I will never forget the day, when Undertaker fought Brock Lesnar when he retired, and I said, if Arsenal lose that day, because Arsenal lost that day, and Undertaker lose that day, I'm going to switch myself off from Twitter. And both of those things happened. I said, wow. That day, I've just said, Arsenal, yeah, you're rubbish. And Undertaker, big love for you, but yeah, I won't say anything else on that anyway.
I'm dead.
You know,
your answer, bro. Question, bro.
There's your answer, bro. We've got our guy WrESTlemania. Big him up. He's also a new member of the Kick Out podcast.
Congratulations.
Happy with him. He asks, he says, Trey Miguel returned to Impact in the past 2 weeks. As a fan, do you think this was the right move for him, or should he have moved to another promotion? And what promotion would you have liked to see him in?
To be honest, we don't know what's going on.
Would you like to give that answer?
Behind the scenes. Was it?
Yeah.
Was it?
No, I was going to say I was going to give that up to anyone. Yeah. No, anyone can answer. Go on.
I was going to say, we don't know what's happening behind the scenes, innit? Or was you going to say something, Sage?
I think, look, I like Trey Miguel a lot. Big supporter of the guy. I think he's great. I think he has a lot of potential. I feel like he hasn't hit that ceiling yet, but it's interesting because every roster, in my opinion, is oversaturated with a lot of guys that have some of his attributes. You know, like, I'm not saying that he's like everyone else, but there's a lot of guys that are doing the same stuff, almost very similar. But it's so hard if he goes on a singles run, which I think in Slammiversary, he was going that direction. He had some momentum going on for himself. And then it was just like when they were all leaving and like separating, he lost that momentum completely. But I think, maybe this could be a good move. I don't know why he wouldn't want to like elevate Impact as well, because like that's something like if I was a wrestler at a certain point, you're not chasing the check, you're chasing what you're passionate about, and if you can elevate a brand, why not do it?
Yeah, no, I definitely agree.
Facts.
We also have our last question from Gigi on wrestling. Make sure you guys subscribe to his podcast. That's our guy. He asks, if you had to torture Boris Johnson, and also in this case we'll say Donald Trump, if you had to torture one of them by making him watch a wrestling match over and over for 24 hours, what match would you pick?
A match that will drive him crazy, yeah?
Yeah. As torture. So torture him for 24 hours.
Lars Sullivan's entrance.
Repeated. Oh, fam.
Lars Sullivan's entrance.
I'm trying to
all his matches. I'm so happy he's gone. Check out the controversial files because I say a lot about him. Well, I say nothing on him. But that's Lars Sullivan. I hate the guy. I mean, it's someone else, please. I hate him so much.
I don't even know. It's a hard question.
I have, but I don't want to say it. That's the thing. Like, maybe some Rob Terry matches. Like, damn. I think, okay, let me just clarify. These are all great guys, great people, cool people. But in terms of the way they were packaged on television, I think Wes Briscoe's matches, like Wes's match on TNA, doo-doo, straight doo-doo, trash, not good. Garrett Bischoff, like Rob Terry, like if you want like uncomfortable promos to watch, you got some Orlando Jordan promos in TNA. Those were just
horrible. Those were so horrible.
But the theme song he had, I think, was dope. I think that theme song was fire. Like if he was packaged completely different, he would have been awesome. But yeah, I don't know. That's tough.
I think for me, I'll probably do Mark Henry versus Viscera, 1999 Body Slam Challenge. It has to be a Viscera match.
I'll probably get what's it? That match, I feel like it was pants, man. It was the first Undertaker match on Raw. They had Undertaker versus Dominic Dementi. What's his name?
What the hell are you saying, bro?
Huh?
Wait, no, carry on. So carry on saying. Anything to do with Undertaker, I just have to get a bit.
That match
carry on, please.
Trash, fam.
Immediate reaction.
Let me find this guy's name. I think it's Dominic here. Domento.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm talking about that first match. That match was pants, man. I'll get him to watch that. Actually, that's even enjoyment, fam, because Undertaker's in it. Fam, I'll get him to watch flipping.
That's what I'm trying to say. What are you going? Where are you coming on from?
Undertaker's had some dead matches. Yes, be honest here. Yes, be honest.
And that's with every wrestler, bro. That's with every wrestler, man.
The Rock. Can he have a match that I feel like he's been dead?
I can't think of a crap Rock match. I can't think of a dead Rock match.
I can't think of a dead Steve Austin match either.
Yeah, there's a few dead Steve Austin matches. Him and Chris Jericho didn't really have great matches, and that's coming from a Chris Jericho fan.
There are definitely dead rock matches. I'm telling you right now.
I've never seen a dead
maybe there's Rocky Maivia.
No, even the Rocky Maivia match, the man came with energy, fam.
So did the Boogeyman. The Boogeyman came with energy as well.
Hey, I'll get to watch the Boogeyman versus that. Who's that gym guy that used to be in WWE, like fitness guy? I forgot his name.
Oh, Simon Dean.
Yeah, him and Boogeyman. He should watch that over and over again.
That's great.
Yeah, Simon Dean. Actually terrible.
What is this? Stay home, go to school, stay home. That's what we'd be saying, bro.
Yeah, that's all the questions from Ask Wrestling this week. Thank you guys for asking the questions, as per usual. Yeah.
Cool. So, obviously, we're going on to like Road to WrestleMania now. Do you guys have any predictions for WrestleMania? What's gonna happen and stuff before we close?
Therefore, Sasha versus Bianca Belair.
Yeah, that's got to happen.
That's the only prediction I can really think of. Sasha versus Bianca Belair. That has to happen. It makes no sense for it to not happen.
I feel like Asuka's going to have a match with Charlotte somehow, and I don't know why.
I can see that.
That could be money. Good workout.
Yeah.
Asuka needs to get her win back.
Yeah, 100%.
Ric Flair. You never know. That could work out.
I don't feel like Edge is gonna face either Drew or Roman Reigns for the title at WrestleMania. I feel like he's gonna go for someone else. And
He's going for Finn.
Yeah, I feel like he's gonna get NXT. I feel like he's gonna get NXT because I feel like NXT it's a new title. Would love to get it, and I feel like the Universal title is not really. It's sick because Roman's got it, but if anyone else had it, it's like, who do you get what I mean? Am I being?
Let's be real.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. But yeah, let's be real. I don't know. The Universal title's not really a credible title, is it?
Yeah, it's like, but I feel like he's going for Finn in it. Oh, yeah.
Are you guys only saying that because it's red or blue? Because it's got a colour?
I'm saying
Is that why you guys are saying it's not a credible title?
It changes colour, doesn't it? Blue, red, make your mind up.
Yeah, that's why you guys are saying it.
Right.
I mean, yeah, so far it's had credible champions. So it just hasn't got the longevity of the WWE title. That's for me.
I think that's it.
Yeah, the heritage and legacy.
But if Edge was to go to NXT, then that would be something.
That would help the landscape a lot, actually. It would.
Yeah.
Because Edge has kind of got that raw, I feel like, I don't know if it's right for me to say, kind of independent understanding of the industry as well.
Yeah, of course.
Like,
I see that.
I feel like he's got that mentality to just be raw with it. Promos, wrestling, everything, just not giving a fuck. And I feel NXT would definitely kind of accelerate him to saying that. Especially because, Triple H is in charge, so kind of makes it easier.
Yeah.
What matchups would you guys like to see from Edge if he was to go down to NXT?
Well, it's Edge versus Balor for me straight away.
Edge versus Adam Cole.
That's a good one right there.
Edge versus what's his name? What's the other guy called again? Part of Undisputed Era. Kyle O'Reilly. Yeah.
Right. Even Roderick Strong, that'd be a sick match too.
Edge versus Karrion Kross. Actually, not Karrion. No.
This might be a bit left field, but I want to see him against Cameron Grimes.
Why is that? Why'd you say that? I'm intrigued. What?
I just feel like they're just two different characters. Like Cameron Grimes has more of this like comedic gimmick. Edge has this very like serious gimmick. But when Cameron Grimes is in the ring, he's like not a lot of wrestlers can really compare to him. Like he's an amazing wrestler. So just that kind of like dynamic of the legend with this person who thinks that they're larger than life, that they're better than everyone, it could potentially work. And you could get some sort of like some serious exchanges, some like comedy exchanges. Like I think it would potentially be some sort of. I think it could work to a degree.
Yeah, I see that.
I think it could work to a degree. And I feel like they'd be able to get a good 10, 15-minute match out of them. I don't think Cameron Grimes gets a lot of credit as he should, because outside of WWE, you can TNA, PWG, AAW, like you can check everywhere. His matches are amazing, and he's had some good matches in NXT, but they're pushing more with this like comedy gimmick, which is working for the best of it, but at the same time, he deserves more. So I mean, aligning him with Edge, even if he loses, he's still going to end up looking good. Like I can imagine taking a good spear. Pause. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So just in case, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, nah. But I think whoever Edge steps in the ring with, it will be good anyways.
Oh, straight away.
It will be good. Even him and Leon Ruff, I think that would be a good pairing as well.
Yeah, of course. Leon Ruff is really showing up, man. So I think Leon Ruff will look good against anyone right now, to be honest.
Even Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah.
Like they're so.
That's money right there. I think that's actually one match I would love to see, because like those guys look like they would just go out like to war with each other.
Yeah, that would be sick. Yeah, that would be
nuts, man.
Sick.
Bro, so episode 53 of the WrESTHINGS podcast. It's been a good, but like I said, a sour week. Obviously, I'm still trying to get over what happened at Royal Rumble. But like I said, my decision's final. Edge didn't have to win at Royal Rumble. He could have still gone to WrestleMania, had a great match. But yeah, we just have to see what happens to that NXT. Hopefully, he says something to Finn and triggers him. But this week we got as when it comes out, you probably see AEW, MLW, and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, guys, comment on the video, let us know what you think about the current state of wrestling, or even just at us on Twitter. If you're listening on Spotify, let us know what the current state of wrestling, how you feeling about it. And also, yeah, whenever you see it, ask WrESTHINGS, even you can ask WrESTHINGS any single time. Just send a hashtag and we'll just reply back to it, innit? Yeah. But yeah, Sage, you wanna just plug yourself quickly?
Just everyone just check out No Contest on Instagram, No Contest Wrestling. You know, pretty much it's everything you love about wrestling on there. You know, if you guys leave a comment, if you want to match, want to share, put me onto something, I'm all for it. You know, I'm always down to like learn about different promotions and different wrestlers. So No Contest Wrestling on Instagram, essentially.
Definitely, and you'll definitely see some of your favorite wrestlers that are in these major promotions that you probably hadn't seen any of their indie work. You know, you'll see the likes of Keith Lee, Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin, Danhausen, Cara Noir, all of these different independent wrestlers that you know have probably seen in a major promotion, but you haven't seen any of their work outside. And you already know how it is when these guys are on the independents, man. It's not like in WWE where you're limited to the amount of super kicks and thigh slapping you're allowed to do. Thanks, man. Sage, big thanks for coming on, man. We 100% appreciate you for coming on, man.
Appreciate you, Sage.
Really, man. You're welcome whenever you want to come on, whenever you want to just jump on, shoot us a message. And you know.
I'm always down, guys. It's a pleasure.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
But yeah, I've been Anafi.
Doughboy.
Boy, Sam Blacks.
And you're listening to the WrESTHINGS podcast. Catch you next week. Bow.
By the man, the Mandem.
For the Mandem.
Bow, pussy.